Compression is the culprit in why you get pain. Prolonged sitting is killing you, it's destroying your spine. The tendency is to sit in a chair like this and immediately lean back into it. And here we are in a position that is compressing our body. Hi, my name is Paul. I help people get out of muscle and joint pain online and here locally on the island of Maui in Hawaii. Today, I'm going to talk about why sitting is killing you. It's destroying your spine, making you hurt. But more importantly, we're going to focus on things you can do immediately to feel better fast. And the things I'm going to show you have helped me get out of 20 years of low back pain and hundreds, if not thousands of clients. This may be something you can implement today in your life to get better. I'm going to use this spine and hips and partial legs to show you why sitting hurts. We are usually operating under the misconception that if we stretch, things will get better. But 9 out of 10 times, the way people imagine stretching their spine is actually compressing the discs in their spine. So each bone has a pad in between called your intervertebral disc. And when we bend forward, fold this way, we compress those discs. So if you sit, you immediately flex at the hips. That is compression of the hip joint. If you lean forward or your backside travels in front of your spine, example, slouching on a couch, that is going to feed compression into the system. And the system we're talking about is your spinal column, your pelvis, neck and head. Compression is the culprit in why you get pain. Spending excessive amounts of time in one position never feels good unless you're out of gravity. Example, laying down at rest. Now that force is just pushing you into the surface you're laying on. So that is one way to alleviate the compression fed into your spine. The better way that lasts long term is using the muscles you were born with to hold yourself up. When you sit, think, am I getting taller from my hips through my ribs? Do I feel a little lift right here? If you do, you're probably using your core muscles. If you don't, which is more common, and that's why we see studies coming out that show that prolonged sitting actually will give you the same results as smoking. They'll give you the same results if you sit in a long commute, more than half your workday. Airplane rides generally are not short in duration because you're going a very long distance. And they're crowded, the seats are poorly designed, and then we are at the mercy of the furniture. The good news is I'm going to show you the things that help you decompress your spine the entire time you're seated. And if you do those, you do not get the negative effects of sitting for long periods of time. If you've been to a chiropractor, acupuncturist, massage therapist, or PT and gotten limited results that don't last, the pain comes back, this video may help because it might be the piece that's missing in your routine that will help you get out of pain. So right now, I'm going to show you sitting on different types of seats: sofa, an office chair, a regular chair, a stool, and I'm going to show you how those can hurt. More importantly, I'm going to show you how to simply customize that seat to not hurt you. So if your work where you sit involves sitting on a stool or maybe an exercise ball that offers no back support, you're going to want to think about the things that help you sit well. You have two bones on the bottom of your pelvis. This is the bottom of the pelvis. So these two bones right here, they are nicknamed your sits bones. Those are the bones that should be making contact with the seat when you're seated. To do that, you want to put your hips back so that those bones make contact first. Now, once your sit bones are there, then you're going to come up vertical because your brain knows exactly where you should be in space and time so that your eyes find the horizon. So if you come back up, you're going to be close to vertical, and you want to look for the sensation of being taller through your torso. So lifting with your muscles up, lifting your rib cage up off your hips, that is going to help maintain good posture while sitting in a stool. The issue with sitting on a stool or an exercise ball over time is you get tired, you start to slump forward, or you roll back, and this is the compression that is causing you pain. Another good example is you would imagine there's a string coming through the crown of your head and you're dangling by that little string. The crown of your head is simply from the highest point of your ears up, and then you would imagine that spot, you being suspended from that spot. So another example of a chair would be your office chair. So I'm going to switch into an office chair so you can see what to do. And then I'm going to show what you can make from something laying around your house to make almost every chair better. The exception will be lazy boy recliners or easy chairs. Those are very difficult because the seat is deep and it sucks you in and puts you into this slouched position, which in the moment feels good, but it's letting compression into the system. So we're gonna move into a traditional, simple office chair. If your office chair has arms or a full back, the principle is the same. So thinking about the pelvis and its architecture, we are going to try to aim the sits bones to the back edge of the chair. And when we do that, that gets us into this hinge. Opening your legs a bit when you sit back actually helps. I want my backside to get back as far as I can. I'm making contact with my sits bones. I come back up, and now I'm tall through here. The difference is I have something to lean against. Now, since I'm leaning against that back of the chair, I still can feel that I'm getting longer through my torso, and then I would approach my work in this position. Again, over time, hours upon hours, we have the tendency to let gravity pull us down. If you feel that happening, it's a reminder to get up, move around, reset. Simply think, oh, I'm going back into this position, and just reset. It's simply stand up, push it back, pull up through here, reset, reapproach your work. Just reset as many times as you need to feel better. All these tips are extremely simple, but they're powerful if you do them right. And the reason is because you're training your core, your true core, to hold you up. And its job is to maintain the space between your vertebra and compress your abdominal contents, supporting other functions within your body like digestion. So when you sit well and you're tall through the torso, you are training those core muscles to hold you up. I'm gonna grab another chair and show you what we can do with that chair. And this one is actually challenging. In my opinion, it's a nice chair, but it's vinyl, so my clothing will be slippery on it, and then gravity pushing me down. The tendency is to sit in a chair like this and immediately lean back into it. And here we are in a position that is compressing our body. So we can do two things to make this better. Number one, when we sit, we want to aim for this joint where the back meets the seat. Number two, if the back is leaning too far back, like this chair, which immediately slides me forward, we want to have something back here to catch us. Something as simple as a pillow. So I'm gonna sit in this chair, just like I would normally, and I'm gonna place a pillow to improve the mechanics. So I'm gonna simply push my hips back as far as I can, and I'm gonna place that pillow. It's at my waist because my butt is all the way back against the back of the chair. Now I have some support back, but I also have to use these muscles to hold myself up. In doing so, I'm maintaining space in my spine. It takes the compression out of those nerve roots that exit at each level. Now I'm going to show you how most people sit on a couch or sofa, and I'm going to show you two things you can do to change that to make it a little bit better for you. Most couches have a very deep seat, and what that means is in order for your knees to bend as you sit down, your hips are in front of your spine. You're kind of sliding down and forward on the couch, which then lets compression come into the body. So this is how most people end up on a sofa. One simple thing you can do to make sitting on a sofa better is to take one of the pillows, get your hips all the way back, and slide that pillow behind you. It's not gonna go all the way down to the seat of the sofa because your backside's already there. When it's there, it's gonna hit your natural waist, and then you come back on it, and that gives you the support that you can get that length through your torso. Lift your ribs up off of your hips, and that makes sitting on a sofa better. The other option is to sit forward on the couch where that front edge actually starts to compress. That'll take your hips and tilt them forward, knees down, and this is similar to sitting on the stool or an exercise ball so that you have to hold yourself up instead of relying on the back and ending up in the slouched position. So simply letting those hips drop, knees drop in front of you, and you're on the edge of the couch is going to help you stay tall through your spine. The other benefit to this position, if you're hanging out with friends and family, you will be more engaged with them. When sitting on a couch, you want to avoid this position, hips in front of spine, and you want to aim for this position, backside behind your spine and tall through the torso. You can use a pillow if you're going to sit all the way back. You simply sit as far back as you can first, and then slide the pillow behind you and roll up into it, tall. That's the way you fight gravity. Sitting doesn't have to hurt you, and to drive that home, I'm going to show you how to create a simple tool to help you regardless of where you're sitting and for how long. Check out my video on the DIY posture pilot for travel, at home, and office sitting. These are the principles that helped get me out of 20 years of back pain, and they've helped thousands of others with knee, hip, and shoulder, all kinds of muscle and joint pain. If nothing else has worked for you, check out our other videos. Aloha from Maui. We'll see you on the beach. Thanks for sticking around. If you need more help, join us in our school community, Better Human Movement. There you'll find resources to help you get out of pain quickly and back doing the things you love. See you in there.